Greetings, fellow humans, and welcome to this video on the wonders and complexities of our nature. We all know that human beings are capable of amazing feats of kindness, empathy, and creativity, but we are also prone to irrationality, prejudice, and downright nastiness. So, what makes us behave in such paradoxical ways? Let us dive in and find out. Empathy, the selective gene of compassion. Let us start with empathy, one of the pillars of our social existence. We humans are hardwired to feel empathy for others, especially those who are close to us, or whom we perceive as part of our group. However, empathy can also be selective, and we may find it harder to empathize with people who are different from us, or who we perceive as outsiders. As a result, we may discriminate against them or treat them unfairly. Take politics, for instance, a domain where empathy is often in short supply. How often have you seen politicians, pundits, or social media warriors demonizing the other side, dismissing their opinions, or even resorting to insults and slurs? It is like we have a selective gene of compassion that turns on and off depending on who we are dealing with. Self-control, the battle of the inner demons. Another aspect of human nature that is both fascinating and frustrating is self-control. We all know that self-control is critical to achieving our goals, whether it is losing weight, quitting smoking, or saving money. However, self-control is also a finite resource that can be depleted quickly, leaving us vulnerable to temptation and impulse. Think of it as a battery that drains every time we decide, resist a temptation, or deal with stress. When the battery is low, we are more likely to succumb to our inner demons and indulge in behaviors that are harmful or counterproductive. Therefore, we see so many people struggling with addiction, procrastination, or impulse buying, even when they know it is not in their best interest. As Oscar Wilde once said, "I can resist everything except temptation." Social influence, the power of the herd. Finally, let us talk about social influence, another potent force that shapes our behavior. Humans are social animals, and we are hardwired to seek approval, acceptance, and belonging from others. However, social influence can also be a double-edged sword, as it can lead us to conform to group norms, even if they are irrational or harmful. Think of the classic Asch conformity experiment, where people were asked to match the length of lines and were influenced by the wrong answers given by the Confederates. Or consider the Milgram experiment, where people were asked to administer electric shocks to a stranger, just because an authority figure told them to. These experiments show how powerful social influence can be and how easily we can be swayed by the herd mentality. In conclusion, human nature is a fascinating and complex subject that defies easy categorization. We are capable of incredible acts of kindness and creativity, but also of irrationality, prejudice, and cruelty. By understanding the forces that shape our behavior, empathy, self-control, and social influence, we can learn to navigate the difficulties of our lives and make better choices for ourselves and others. Remember, as George Bernard Shaw once said, "The only man who behaves sensibly is my tailor. He takes my measurements anew each time he sees me. The rest go on with their old measurements and expect me to fit them." So, let us take our own measurements, be aware of our biases, and strive to be the best versions of ourselves. But before we end this video, let us not forget the power of humor to shed light on our human foibles and quirks. As Mark Twain once said, humor is mankind's greatest blessing. So, let us use a dose of wit and humor to wrap up this video on human nature. Why did the human cross the road? To get to the other side of the empathy spectrum. Why did the self-control freak go to the gym? To exercise his willpower, and his muscles. Why did the social butterfly go to the party? To conform to the norm, and to dance like no one's watching. Okay, these jokes may not be Pulitzer-worthy, but they show that humor can help us see our human nature in a different light and appreciate its nuances and contradictions. We are not robots or saints, but imperfect creatures who are capable of both good and evil. As the poet Alexander Pope once wrote, "Know then thyself, presume not God to scan. The proper study of mankind is man." So, let us keep studying ourselves, with curiosity, compassion, and humor, and see what wonders and complexities we can discover along the way. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And if you have any jokes or insights on human nature, please share them in the comments below. We would love to hear from you.